What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back as always. We are fresh off, at least I am fresh off of a intramural championship, baby. Let's go. But without further ado, it is my pleasure to have on the legendary Mr. Cole. How you doing, sir?
I am doing very good. Took a nap before I came here.
Oh, did you?
Railed a nice Mountain Dew rise. We're out here feeling awake for the content.
I'm definitely taking a nap after this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just where we're at these days, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I gotta ask real quick. I've noticed that there's you and a few other people. If I'm not mistaken, don't you use Instagram notes? Do you be posting on that? Yeah, you be posting some like wake the fuck up, let's go.
So, sometimes
type things, right?
It's either that or like I'm just trying to make some funny shit.
Yeah.
And I like having fun with them. It's either like we got hyping people up for the day, or like just absolute just memery. Like I took some Joey Diaz one day, and it was like, wake up and sniff your balls, like, you know, just go in.
Well, when did you how do I say this? I feel like you're someone that has adopted the alpha mindset. When did all these things come together for you? Like, where's your mindset at these days?
Like,
because you seem like you have a pretty sharp mind.
Yeah, it's just from like I attribute to my martial arts background, because like that's what helped me get through a lot of tough times.
And
so,
what got you into martial arts?
Just pretty much trial and error. It was like my dad was always like keep him active, you know.
Yeah.
So I tried every sport in the book when I was younger, and then when I was 11, I was like, I just finished baseball. I was not really having fun with it because, you know, I couldn't see myself doing it long term.
Yeah.
And then my mom was like, your uncle does judo. Why don't you try that? And I was like, yeah, why don't I try that? 10 years later, here we are.
Wow. So, are you still doing martial arts?
Oh, yeah, but not judo as much now because I'm training back at home. But like, I've been getting into boxing. We're trying to get the jiu-jitsu club started at school. So
really,
yeah.
Do you want to eventually possibly do some amateur fights?
I've entertained the idea. Yeah.
Why don't you?
Right now, just not the right time. I'm waiting to establish myself, like career-wise, and then like because I'm not a black belt yet in judo anyway. So I just really want to.
I respect that though.
Yeah.
It's all about the grind.
Yeah, and the big thing about that is like I stopped because I was doing the same thing like a while ago when I was younger, and then I just felt this emptiness, and I was like, I know what I'm missing, and then I came back into it, and I immediately like belt rank up, went to tournament, I worked my ass off. So every time I'm away from something I love, I always double down when I come back. Like I come back with a vengeance every time.
Got you.
So.
Let me ask you, if you were to compare yourself now to yourself in high school, what are some major differences? Or if you're able to talk to the younger version of yourself, what would you tell them?
I'm trying to think because there's a good amount of stuff I would say.
Yeah.
Because like the way I see it, like I wasn't like, I wouldn't say not confident, but I didn't have like targeted confidence per se. And what I mean by that is like, I had that kind of, I don't give a fuck about what people think about me mindset back then, but I didn't like assert myself in positive ways. I was just kind of there, hanging out with my boys, trying to be funny, you know?
So just kind of blended in, getting by?
Yeah, because like my high school was like, my reputation was set in stone from just years before. And
really?
Like, yeah, I just didn't try and, what am I going to do? Change people's minds? I'm just going to be me and not care about it.
Good for you.
Yeah.
And isn't it great about college, the fact that
you get there and I'm like, finally, nobody gives a shit about me?
And nobody knows who you are.
Yeah.
So it's a chance to reinvent yourself.
Yeah.
That's really nice. It feels kind of liberating in a way, because ever since I've been to Central, it seems like, I'm not trying to sound cocky or anything, but it seems like I've gotten along with everybody, made a lot of connections. But in high school, it wasn't always the case.
Yeah. And that's literally why I wanted to go to college, because I'm like, finally a clean slate. I can just be myself and people can like me for that, and not like
absolutely
like when you're not really a full person yet in elementary and middle school, where people start making decisions about you.
Do you have a favorite or worse a really good moment or in a really bad moment that you can think of when it came to high school that had some sort of character development for you?
Oh, I got a big one.
That you're willing to share.
First relationship ending. That's what got me in the gym.
Really?
Yeah. I wasn't ever out of shape because I was still like training at that point. Like, I was a chubby kid and then puberty hit and I call it the Harambe diet because I would just go to judo. Every time I would snack on something, it'd be a piece of fruit. Just eating fruit and doing judo.
Yeah.
Eating like a gorilla. Like, that's
the Harambe diet.
The Harambe diet.
I've never heard of that. That's awesome.
Yeah. And so I just kind of, I wasn't built, but I was like leaner.
So what made you go from, so you you weren't super down in the dumps? You were like, you know what, I'm using this anger and sadness, right?
Yeah, no.
Was it off the rip or was there?
There was a little bit of like a sad hours,
right,
like period of time. And then it was like, fuck this. I'm going. Like, and then I just started lifting weights in my basement. And then my friend Evan and my friend Mitch started going to the gym more consistently. And I went with them. And the rest is history.
Do you have a favorite day when it comes to working out? Like back, chest, legs?
It's got to be back.
You think so?
Yeah.
What in particular, what the back makes it your favorite?
Doing pull-ups makes you feel like Batman. That's how it is. It's that simple.
And you were Batman for Halloween, right?
Yep.
Yeah, how'd that go?
That was good. Did you see the pictures?
You posted, yeah.
I was like...
It's fire.
I saw it like months ago that like, what was it? That
the Robert Pattinson one?
Not just like that, the street where I took that picture. Like, I saw the light and I was like, that's perfect.
That's
taking
what I'm
a picture. Yeah.
That's awesome. So what made you end up wanting to go to college, or what was it in high school that made you want to take this path?
Well, I was as I was younger, I always wanted middle school dream from high school dream, very different. Middle school dream was, let me be a herpetologist. Let me research lizards, wildlife stuff.
Dude, that sounds cool.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to do because I was always into snakes and reptiles because I thought they were cool because they looked like fucking dragons.
Yeah.
So, and then as I got older, I think it was 8th grade was where it all kind of cemented. It's it's a big thing of it was a tragedy that happened in my town that was shit.
Yeah.
No one's talking about this. Widespread. It was a human trafficking related thing.
Shit.
So it's I think I know what I'm going to do. I got to stop this from happening to other people because I saw the pain it brought to everybody else.
Wow.
So that's why I'm trying to get in the FBI now. But
wow.
I started okay, I'll do forensic science. I like science. I that's my area of expertise, really.
Right.
I did a job shadow for a project in high school, with a police department, and they told me in Connecticut there's only one crime lab. So I was like, damn, forensic science ain't going to do it. I kept looking. I had some time before, I think this was junior year I had to do the project, but I did some digging. I started looking at cybersecurity. I was like, that's useful. And so I looked at the colleges in the state that had cybersecurity programs. It was here and University of New Haven. University of Haven's too damn expensive. Here we are.
And yeah, here we are, and that hasn't changed since.
Nope.
You're just stuck trying to go to the FBI.
Mm-hmm.
What are the requirements to get into the FBI?
Well, the drug policy is loosened up lately. It's for a while it was no weed, and then it's only a certain amount of weed, and now it's fuck it, you can smoke weed in the past, but only if it's you can't have any drugs 2 years before you apply, but the rest it's no criminal record, obviously. Same kind of cop deal, but there's also a physical exam. So,
do you know what the difference is between the FBI and the CIA is?
So FBI's I look at them as a step above cops, kind of. They deal with more domestic stuff.
Would you say they're more detective based, but they're still cops?
Kind of. They're SWAT.
experts?
SWAT is FBI too.
Okay,
But
gotcha.
CIA is spies. Like, I'm going to go infiltrate Russia to get information from the Kremlin as a deep cover agent. That's that's CIA. You know, we're going to go, CIA is torturing people in Guantanamo Bay. Like, FBI doesn't do that. We're just like, we go in for work, we go home. They go into work, they go to a different country. They spy on terrorists. They come back sometimes. Or sometimes they stay over there. Like, CIA isn't a fucking joke.
Is there any other future goals that you have at the moment? Or any check marks that you're trying to accomplish?
Like on the way to there?
Yeah.
Or
just in general.
Just get out of school, like right now.
Do you want to go for your master's, or once you're done, you're done?
I'm done. Because in cybersecurity, like, sure, I could get paid more, but it's kind of like a trade, really. Certifications make your way in there.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm fortunate enough to have had a prestigious internship with a government defense contractor since freshman year that my mom got me into. So,
do you code, or are you good at coding?
Yeah.
Have you ever had to take classes like that?
Yeah, I'm in computer science 1 right now.
Yeah, how's that going?
For the third time. Because it's
third time?
Well, 2 teachers, like 2 bad teachers. Actually, the same bad teacher screwed me over twice.
Crazy.
So it's like, I had to take calc 3 times. Like, that's the bane of my existence is calculus.
Thank the heavens that I've never had to take calc.
Yeah.
Calc and physics somehow made it this far in life.
Here's the thing. I like physics.
Really?
Can't do chemistry.
Not a fan of chemistry either.
Yeah. Chemistry's weird for me. Because it's like, you know, I have, like, physics at least I can understand. It's like, here's the equation to figure out how much force is generated from this object moving at this velocity.
Yeah.
And then, you know, physics is like, so what can you tell from how many moles of this molecule are going on over here? It's like, I fucking don't know.
So it's so crazy because we're now in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Pandemic started in 2020. When did you come to Central, and what was life like for you during COVID? Like, how long have you been at Central?
2019.
Fall of 2019?
Fall of 2019.
That's when I got in as well.
Yep.
First of all, were you on campus when they shut it down?
I was on campus.
Tell me what it was like when that happened.
So it's kind of a shitty morning because I woke up late and I was in a rush to shower and get to class, right? One of my, like, the jackasses in my quad, like, I forget what his name is, but he's, you know, guys would blast music, shitty music through all hours of the day. Had to call the RA up a couple times, and then the second they left, they'd blast it again. Dude was taking a full hour in the shower while I'm trying to get out. So, go in, shower. I walk past my roommate, and he's like, yo, class is canceled. Like, they're shutting down the school. I was like, damn. So I went back, packed up all my crap, hung out with my boys.
Did you have a lot of stuff to pack?
Not too much. You know, I'm just glad, like, I didn't pack up my TV, clearly, but, like, I got all that stuff back.
Right.
The only thing I didn't get back were, like, my spare bed sheets and a fucking umbrella. So
yeah,
I didn't get screwed over too bad. But like,
do you have any friends or people that you know that got screwed over pretty bad?
Not off the top of my head, no. But like,
because I heard that people's shit got stolen.
They dropped the ball on that hard.
That is nuts.
But yeah, I was there like later than usual because I live an hour away, and my dad had to leave work to come grab me. So
wow.
Yeah.
How was that traffic?
It was late. Like most of everybody was gone already, so it was a smooth ride home mostly.
Good for you.
Yeah.
But what was it like when you went back home and they said, "Oh yeah, just stay home for about a week or two. We'll see what happens."
I live in the woods practically. Like if you can't, if like you need a car to to do stuff in my hometown because it's like. That rural.
Wow.
And it's boring. So that's why I was excited to come up here because it's like we got bars, we got a nice scene, you know, people hanging out all the time.
Right.
You know? So I was like, I'm very much extroverted. Like I can't sit still. So, you know, video games got old after the second week, you know.
I hear you.
And like when I didn't have a car, my parents couldn't drive me like over the summer, like in high school, I'd bike to my friend's house, like my friend Mitch's house.
Yeah.
And that 30-minute bike ride to get there, just in the summer until my bike broke.
Shit.
That's a different story, though. I busted. I was driving to my uncle's house to do some manual labor, so because he was going to pay me to help do his roof and put away some mulch on his garden or whatever, and I'm driving through Jewett City, which is garbage town. Not a they got good like breakfast places, and my buddy Andy's Chinese restaurant. But that's the highlights of Jewett City.
Yeah.
After the bakery went under, but I'm going around the road to get to his place. No bullshit. Pop my front bike tire on a heroin needle.
No way.
I had to fucking grab like my spare shirt and pull it out of my tire and then carry it. Like I was gonna initially roll it, but because it got all the way into my tire, the liner came out and got tangled up in the spoke.
Oh my God.
So it was like 80 degrees. I'm carrying my bike all the way to my uncle's house.
How long did it take you? He couldn't pick you up?
No service on my phone.
You couldn't hit no hitch or nothing?
No.
Damn.
I walked it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is crazy. And that was during 2020?
No, that was like junior year of high school.
Oh, okay.
That's when my bike was cooked, so I couldn't move.
Yes, got you.
It's pretty I broke quarantine a few times. I will admit,
I mean, who didn't? Come on.
Yeah, but it was like my brother and his group of friends are animals, so I'd go out and party with them.
Nice.
And because shit's so boring.
I'm sure you were socially distancing though.
Yeah,
of course.
Mm-hmm. Distancing. From the gunshots at one party.
Oh my God,
dude, it was wild. Let me tell you this story then.
Mm-hmm.
But so I have aliases for all of the crew. There's except for maybe two, but there's the Smoke God, Jewel Jesus, Marijuana Moses, the Beer Unit, and we'll call them the Twins.
Oh my God, all these names.
Yes. So the Smoke God, he owned a van that we called the Slam Van. The reason it was called the Slam Van is because he had a hustle where he'd throw a mattress in the back of his van, black duct tape, Slam Van on it, pull it up to parties, and people would pay him to shag in the van.
No.
Yeah.
Was he staying in the driver's seat when this was happening? Or?
No, he'd stand outside of the van. Like he'd mobile service.
Dude, what the hell?
Yeah. Let me tell you,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how many times he cleaned that mattress, but it wasn't enough. But
I hear you.
We would hang around that van all the time. We threw a couch back in there. So we're on our way to this party at this place called Dirty Jim's. And wild location. It's like deep in the middle of the woods. And it's a massive bonfire, like hick country pit party.
Yeah.
First time we've heard about this place for a while.
Mm-hmm.
From some of the friends of friends and whatnot. And so we go in there, and it's like giant bonfire, nearly setting the oaks on fire, just touching the top of the trees. Massive bonfire. We pull up there with Twisted Teas, Budweiser, and a handle of Captain Morgan. Me and the Smoke God go straight to the fire. We're got a circle around us. We're hitting the bottle, talking, having a good time. The Beer Unit and Marijuana Moses disappear. They get cornered by this dude who we will refer to as Cowboy Hat Guy, only because he was wearing a cowboy hat, and they just talked to him about his cowboy hat for what I assume the whole night. And the Twins disappeared somewhere into the night. So I get a call from the Beer Unit, and he's like, "Dude, you gotta get over here. Two guys are fighting." I was like, "No way. I'm on my way." I tapped the Smoke God on the shoulder, like, "Yo, you want to go check this out?" He's so drunk he's barely speaking English. So I tap him on the shoulder, tell him what's going on, and I hear is like, huh, like just barely grasping the roots of the language. So I was like, he'll be fine. I go over, scuffle's kind of dissipating. People are standing by their cars talking. Marijuana Moses is freaking out. I was like, yo, we gotta get out of here. Where's the smoke god? Where's beer unit? We gotta find him. I was like, smoke god's over by the bonfire, and the twins are in the passenger in the driver's seat. And Marijuana Moses grabs the smoke god, brings him back over, and it's the smoke god's van. He's protective of the slam ban. So he's too drunk to drive, but he doesn't want anyone else driving it. So Marijuana Moses is yelling at him, shaking him, like, get in the car, like, get in the vehicle. And Smoke God's trying to have conversation, trying to ascertain control of the vehicle with the twins. And he's like, I'm not sure you know the way. And Marijuana Moses smokes him, like, slaps him in the face and is like, shut the fuck up, get in the car. He goes in the car. We practically throw him in there because he has the bottle closed. He keeps trying to drink out of it, but he's, like, it's like Mortal Kombat fatality motion. He's just, on the ground.
I gotcha.
And it's like, all right, where's the beer unit? It's like, I don't know. And we hear it, like, we ask it 3 times. Where's the beer unit? Where's the beer unit? Where's the beer unit? 3rd time, we don't even get to finish it before we hear 5 shots pop off. And he jumps in the back of the van, slams the door shut, and says, we gotta get the fuck out of here right now.
Oh, boy.
So, everybody's peeling out, because when gunshots happen, people run away. So what's happening is, these guys are in a truck. Apparently the dispute was over, one guy's girl was banging the other guy's girl. They saw each other, they threw hands. One of them got fucked up, and the other thought a gun was the best idea to resolve the solution.
Oh, boy.
Resolve the situation. So, we have a weird Congo line. Everybody's peeling out, traffic is going to be insane. We bump into a cowboy hat guy's car, and he's like, it's okay, get home safe. And we're like, appreciate it. Let the hat give you luck. And
let the hat give you luck. What a quote.
Yeah, and so what's going on is, it's a full-blown, like, GTA car chase. The guys are in the front shooting toward, like, back at traffic to make distance so nobody can, like, follow them. There's a car in front of us, like 2 cars in front of us, and then us. So what happened was 3 muzzle flashes. Car right behind them crashes into a ditch. And we're like, okay, we pull over. The other dudes in front of them, they're like, they wasted no time, they're still going, like,
yeah.
So we're waiting, we let cars fly by us, and then we start going. We all make it home safe. We're kissing the ground, licking the grass, like, we made it, hallelujah.
Yeah.
Only to find out later, the car that crashed was a girl that the beer unit knew had muzzle flashes, gave her a seizure. She fucking died.
No.
Yeah. And you know what the funniest part is? We still kept going to Dirty Jim's. That was our first time going. We're like, fuck it, sure, why not?
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What else, dude? That might be one of the best stories ever. You shared that so. Like, I saw it. Does that make sense?
Yep.
I picked. Way to give detail right there. That was a good one. And when did that happen?
That was during quarantine.
What month? Do you remember? Was it in the summer, fall?
It was the summer.
Really?
Yeah, because we got evacuated like spring semester, so I'd say that's about like...
Jeez.
Like May-ish, I think, maybe.
So, aside from all that, what else was going on for you during COVID? Did you ever lose your sanity a little bit? Did you...
Yeah, no, I got mad cabin fever, but a big thing that I was like... I came to a realization, and I was like, you know what? I got all this time. Might as well use it to learn something new. I taught myself guitar over COVID.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
So you could play guitar now?
Yeah.
How long did it take you? To get to the point where you don't need to think, oh, this is G, this is F.
I'm still a little bit there, but like I know a good amount of the chords, but it's like I just noodle sometimes. But most of the time it's just playing the hits.
You got to play some electric guitar at some point.
Oh, I do. I
absolutely shred.
That's where I don't even own an acoustic.
Oh, really? You use an electric guitar?
Yeah.
And do you practice while it's not plugged in, and then plug it in when you're actually playing? Because I know some people, they have an electric guitar, and just because when you plug it in, it's loud as hell.
Oh yeah. No,
so they'll just pluck the cords.
No, I have it loud.
Damn.
But I try to keep the volume because like where I am right now with my roommates, I'm like at the way back of the house. So like.
Oh, you live in a house, not in a dorm?
Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
What's that experience like?
It's fun. You know, sometimes everybody gets on each other's nerves, but like it's come to it's expected when you live with your boys.
Yeah, but how does it feel when you have to share space with people in general? That's not your family, if that makes sense.
It's pretty good. This is the me and my roommate like Zane, we were gonna like be roommates come like fall 2020. But
yeah.
Dorm situation here was like prison. So like screw it, let's just get a house. We rang up our other friend and we were like, want to get a house? And she's
right.
Sure. And then first year, 2 roommates with myself. Have a good time. Everybody's coming over through a couple good Halloween parties are the stuff of legend. And this year, it's new house. Like 2 years ago, we've been in this house. 5 guys, including myself. And, it's not that bad.
You ever get or do you ever get financial aid or anything, or is that out of pocket for you?
Oh, for the house, it's out of pocket.
Yeah,
but it's cheaper than dorm life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you in debt right now? I mean, I am. Are you in debt right now for school?
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
How much you walking out with, like, in terms of, like, what's the damage?
I think, like...
the projection.
30, 40 grand, maybe?
Oh, my God.
Maybe.
And it's crazy because that's bad, but I know people who are even worse, and it's like, what the hell?
Like, 30, 40 grand is... That's not bad.
I think if
like
you
that's good.
If you save your money right, you can pay that off in the next 10 years.
Oh yeah. Well, here's the thing. I could probably pay that off sooner, considering I got.
And your case is a little different.
Yeah, I got employments on the way out.
Yeah.
So, like the lights, I've been seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and I've been running through. I'm just like, let me get out.
When are you projected to graduate?
Next fall.
Oh, so you graduate with me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good for us, right?
Yeah.
Do you, or does it bother you that you don't get to walk on the stage in the nice summertime?
I don't.
Whatever. Or you just like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I don't care. Get me out so I can make big boy money and not be broke all the time.
Have you ever thought about what life is like on the other side of no school? Like, do you think you're truly prepared for what lies next?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
Like, you know what the big thing, this is stupid, but like the biggest thing that I'm excited for being in control of myself is like being able to control what I eat. Like, I like to cook. And
do you?
Yeah. And just being able to eat right all the time as much as I want, just like I know what I'm cooking this week, like doing meal prep and shit, so it's just easy, so I can just go about my day. Like, I'm all about like, what can I do to take time out of the day so I can use it later, like.
That's a good mindset.
Yeah, so it's like if I can prep my meals on Sunday, like if I have the capital to buy groceries for myself and make food for myself for a week, that way I don't have to like keep going and doing meals. It's just like work, gym, and then I have whatever free time I have from like not having to do that.
Yeah.
I'm all in.
So I took a gap year right after high school.
Mm.
I was very uncertain whether I was going to go to school or not, or just what lied ahead in the future.
Mm-hmm. But
let me tell you something, because not many people have done this. You seem like it'd be just fine, but I stress this a lot on here. And especially if you're in college right now, listen carefully. Mm-hmm. So picture this. And let's say it's not even a career yet. Like, you're not truly where you want to be. You're just working to get money, obviously. That's the goal. And you have to make money. You're not going to sit on your ass and do nothing all day. So think about this. You wake up early. You go to work. You get out of work. Let's say you go into work at 7. You get out at like 4. 3 or 4. You come home. You're tired. You might want to take a nap. Let's say you take a nap, all right? It's 5 o'clock. Oh, you're kind of hungry. Oh, you're kind of hungry? Okay, go ahead. Eat dinner. Eat something. Okay. Oh, geez, my back. My feet are kind of sore from work or whatever I was doing. Oh, geez, I'm kind of tired. I want to go lay down again. Let me go watch something. Go watch something. It's already like 8 o'clock. Your day's already over. What am I going to do? Oh, I have to work tomorrow.
Yep.
And it's like that every single week until you earn enough just to get 1 vacation day, 2 vacation days, and then eventually you take your vacation, but when you're on vacation, you're thinking about work.
Yep.
Isn't that the American dream? Isn't that beautiful?
Yep.
Isn't that beautiful? So
getting lost in the matrix.
So you work constantly, and you're too tired from work to do anything else. And if you're super healthy and care enough, you'll go to the gym like at 5 a.m. or after. You'll make time to work out or get your things in. But you're not going to be able to go to the bar on a Thursday night. There's no time to do this and that. You're too tired. And then let's say it's the weekend. You're like, oh, thank God, the weekend. Here we are. By the time Sunday comes around, you're already worried about Monday because you got work tomorrow, and you're working, and it was scary because I started to slowly lose my sanity for one, and two, I started to feel that I wasn't living up to my potential and purpose.
Yep.
And I felt personally for me, not for everybody, but I felt that I needed to get to college. I was 18 years old, and I was depriving myself of the opportunity to be around people my age that are also still going through it and don't know what they want to do. And I'm working with grown-ass adults that are just, no disrespect to them, but it was one of those things where I was thinking to myself, I do not want to end up like you.
Yeah. Being groomed for the NPC mentality.
Right. And I said, fuck that. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So that was I'm very glad I had the experience because I'm hopefully ready for what lies next. But you truly have to, and like you said, because you talked about meal prepping and health and putting, obviously putting health first. You have to truly become a different breed and develop this whole new grown mindset once you're out of school. It's a whole new ball game. I can't even stress how different the experience was. Because we're quote-unquote adults. If you ask our parents or adults, they'll still call us kids. But if you...
In the definition of the law, we are legal adults.
Right, but in the grand scheme of life, we're still learning, we're still kids, we're still developing. But dude, I'm telling you right now, you have to change your mindset from wherever it's at now, advance it like 10 years.
Yeah.
Because the world is a cold-hearted place. And if you're not thick-skinned or you're not ready to embrace the challenges that lie ahead, it will chew you up and spit you out.
Yep.
And it is just, I can't even explain. That's why I stress, try and find the ways, or try and do the things that you love doing now.
Yep.
Try and capitalize on them now. Start doing them now. Whether I end up making money on this or not, never. At least I have this.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a healthy outlet. It's chill, and I enjoy doing it. Find your niche. Find what you're good at. Find what you like doing. Because if you don't start doing those things now, and you're working, and you don't develop those hobbies or habits, you're gonna feel so lost. And I'm just trying to say this right now to prepare you for what lies ahead. Because it's scary, man.
Yeah. And it's like, that's the big thing. And it's like, I always say, like, I've talked to so many people about, like, I don't know what I want to do. And I was like, good. Like, try fucking everything.
Yeah.
Try everything until, like, you find out what works, you find out what doesn't. But once you find out what works and you find out what really works, chase it like a starving dog.
Right.
After a piece of meat.
Why do you think people are so scared to chase?
Because it's hard work.
Things?
Because it's hard. Because it means they need to take time out of their day. Like they have to. Like for me, how I learned guitar took an hour, at least an hour, and just watched YouTube videos, played, got my fingers used to moving, get the calluses on my fingers for the strings. Just that simple. Like,
right.
It takes time. Real dreams are hard fucking work. And that's mine. Like every time I'm like down in the dumps or I'm feeling like shit, I think like, can't lose now. Because if I lose now, I can never get to the dream. So that's what brings me out.
Wow.
It's
That's
also
admirable.
Yeah, and like I've kind of trained, like everybody's got that voice in the back of their head that tells them they're not good enough sometimes, right?
Oh, the inner bitch, of course.
Yeah, I've retrained it. Now it works for me. It's like It's literally like I got this demon tattoo on my chest to remind me, like, that anger is both a weapon against. It's a double-edged sword. It's a weapon against yourself, and it's a weapon against the enemy. But
wow.
And the big thing, it's like when I used to have, anger issues like all the time, and I would like just go to the gym and train it out. But now it's like my mind was corrupting that emotion, because anger in and of itself is pure. It's a call to action. It's a response that something's wrong. So now when I listen to when I'm getting mad, like when I sit for too long, the demon in the back of my head's like, get the fuck up. What are you doing?
Yeah.
You think you're going to get to the dream by sitting around?
Wow.
Get up.
And what's the dream to you?
That's that FBI agent.
That's the dream?
Yeah. Just being able to, like, help people, Be the hero for people that I never had.
Wow. Where do you think you'd be at in life if you did have that?
If I didn't have it?
No, if you did have it. If you did have the hero. Because you said didn't have.
Oh, I don't know. That's the big question. No idea.
Are you religious at all?
Not really. Like I no commitment, I would say, but you
open-minded.
Yeah.
Would you say?
Mm-hmm.
So for you, because I was talking about this with my brother the other day, and it's kind of scary. We're around the quarter mark, maybe a little more, in terms of completion percentages of life.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, we're all mortal, and there's a cutoff.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever felt like have you found peace in that when it comes to that?
Yeah.
Like how do you get your sleep at night? You know what I'm saying?
Well, this is like I was almost in a really bad car accident like last summer, I think, or it was pissing rain, and I was going to work, like at my internship on the highway, and there's a giant Mack truck on my left and a car on my right. My wheels start going. I'm fishtailing, and I'm like, just like I was like fully going like nearly sideways at some points, and there was a point where like I was like, you know what? I'm ready. And then when that happened, the fight or flight kicked in, and my consciousness faded, and I just reascertained control of the car, drove to work. I was like, fuck, I could almost died, and I was laughing about it.
Holy shit.
But it was like, the big thing was like, now, experiences like that taught me that my life is not wasted because I spent nearly every moment chasing that dream. So I could die tomorrow feeling successful.
And I could tell that you're not bullshitting me.
Yeah.
You could usually tell a bullshitter. You genuinely seem like the way you're saying these things. Mm-hmm. It's coming off as if you're at peace.
Yeah.
You don't seem like someone that's filled with too many regrets.
I try not to.
Yeah. What do you think this is like? What do you How do I say this? Like what reasons, or what is the reason that you think that is the case for you to be how old are you? 21, 20?
I'm turning 22 this Thursday.
Oh, cheers, salud.
Me and Jason Scalora have the same birthday.
Oh, get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Hey, happy birthday if you're watching. But what do you attribute it to? That's the word I was looking for. What would you say you attribute this tough-skinned chase it, or it's either all in or nothing? Where did this mindset develop from? Where do you get this from?
A big thing, I've picked up a lot of my wisdom from, like, pop culture. Like, fucking, one of the greatest quotes I've ever heard in my life about, like, getting over trauma and anger came from Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
It's a great movie.
It is.
It's fire.
And it was sometimes the only way to heal your scars is to make peace with the monsters that created them. And that's like...
That's a bar.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, it's just stuff like that. So it's like, you know, I've kind of, like, I see all of these, like, heroes in pop culture, like Marvel and DC. Like, I see Batman. I see him trying to be like me, you know, the hero who he wants to be the hero he never had. He wants to save everyone from that pain that he had. And he doesn't let anything stop him from doing that. Like, gods and monsters cannot stop the Dark Knight.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, he fights his darkness and uses it as a weapon to help people. You know, and it's like, that's kind of where all of my wisdom comes from a good idea. It's just like, you know, like, life is beautiful not because it's, you know, because it doesn't last. It's what you make of the time that you have. And so it's just like, realizing the clock is running out, you need to cherish every grain of sand in the hourglass.
Wow. And you would say that you're someone that does that?
I try to, yeah.
Do you ever take a moment out of your day to meditate, or it's like mindfulness or mindful thinking?
I used to, back when I was trying to use it as a tool to, like, rein in the demon, but now it's just like the gym. Now it's just, you know, like Cal and Jason say, like, it's, you know, meditation doesn't have to be sitting down in front of a waterfall, you know, speaking chants, you know, but it can be just an activity, and it's like wherever your mind can be the most clear. But those kind of mindful thoughts appear in my head just periodically.
So, yeah, right. So, but would you say that there's like once a day or once a week where you just kind of you just go, wow, but we're doing good so far? Like, do you ever talk to yourself? Do you ever journal? Do you ever write anything down? Or
I tried journaling, but, like, it's writing down what I already tell myself anyway. Like, I've tried it all. I actually talked to Jay about it. Like, how would I go about doing it? I tried it, and I was like, you know what? It's kind of just telling myself what I already know. But, like, if I had a real time when it's like, it's either when I'm doing really good or when I'm doing not so good. I have you know, you've seen Demon Slayer, right?
I'm all caught up, actually. Well,
okay.
no, I don't read the manga, but I just caught up. I just finished the Entertainment District.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Outstanding. But I have a tapestry of the kanji for destroy that they have on the back of their uniforms.
Yeah.
I have that above my bed.
It's fire.
So if I'm, like, what that means to me is, like, destroy the obstacles in your way and destroy the weakness of yesterday.
Nice.
Like, be better than who you are. So, like, when I wake up in the morning, I see that symbol. It's a reminder, like, it's a new day. Be better. Sometimes I'm not better. And then I see that at night. And it's like, okay, we got to destroy the obstacles. We got to get out of, you know,
it's
get
just
out
a constant reminder to at least make the attempt.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. So I love how you just brought up Demon Slayer. Can you explain to the people, and aren't you big into anime? Aren't you?
Very.
Yeah, can you explain to the people, for whoever isn't into anime, how anime can be so influential and it can be such a great way and tools for motivation in someone's life? Or just, can you talk about how great anime is in general?
Yes.
Because I've done enough of the talking.
I'm going to look directly in the camera for this one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something about anime. It is a seemingly endless well of entertainment and wisdom. Manga as well. The two big ones I would attribute it to, the two goats of manga would be Berserk and Vagabond. Now, I have on my phone notes of wisdom from this manga.
Wow.
And I will read some of it right here. Here we go. And this is, the whole deal is like, Vagabond is a fictionalization of Miyamoto Musashi's journey. And he's the greatest swordsman in all of Japan. Like, historically.
Right.
And the big thing, like right here, is he's like always trying to be invincible and be the strongest. And he met a sword saint that was essentially his epithet was the Invincible. And he was dying of old age. And he went there to kill him, to take his title. And all he sees is this old, frail man on the lying on the ground dying. And he asks him, sword in hand, how do I become invincible? And this was his reply.
The old man's reply?
Yes. Invincible is merely a word. To be invincible, the more you think about it, the more you squint your eyes in desperation to see, the more obscure the answer becomes. And if something is too obscure to see, try closing your eyes and see how truly infinite that you are.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So if that didn't get you to hop on the train of enjoying prime Japanese storytelling,
that's incredible.
Pick that shit up.
When you watch anime, do you watch sub or dub?
I flip-flop, like...
Yep.
I think Chainsaw Man is better dubbed. I think...
Really?
I think My Hero... Or, no, subbed, sorry. Chainsaw Man is better subbed, and I think My Hero is better dubbed,
Yeah. Dragon Ball Z has to be dubbed.
Absolutely.
Has to be dubbed.
Dude, did you see Budokai 4? Dude, I lost my shit when I saw that. It's gonna be so hype.
So my PlayStation, dude, I haven't played video games since last September because my PlayStation broke.
Mm-hmm.
So I am just foaming at the mouth to try and get a damn PlayStation so I can finally play freaking Harry Potter and all these other games.
Have you been getting those memes too?
The Harry Potter memes?
Yeah.
It depends what. What do you mean? Because I'll believe me, I've gotten some on my For You page and shit like
I've
that.
gotten I sent them all to my brother, and one of them was it was the Latino Gryffindor showing up to a Slytherin party. I was like, that's great. And then there's always the Avada Kedavra ones.
Avada Kedavra!
Yeah, where it's when a blue-haired Hufflepuff starts getting too bold, and then it's reaching for the gun. I was like, that's too good.
Right. You gotta show me this. If you want to pull it up now, you can. There's this. Every time I go on TikTok once in a while, I get these anime inspirational quotes.
Yep.
And I always see one of this lone samurai. Mm-hmm. And it's not a show yet. They haven't made the show.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Do you? And look, him.
That's Musashi from Vagabond.
So that is
Yes.
Vagabond. Okay.
Yes.
Do you think they're gonna make that a show? They have to, right? Because I'm hearing
it's not finished.
It's never been. Obviously, it's never been made yet into an anime or a show. Yeah. But I hear that that's supposed to be the greatest or one of the greatest ever.
It's not even finished. That's the problem.
But how long has it been going on for?
Well,
when did it start? Do you know?
I think it started a while ago. But here's the thing: Berserk's mangaka Kentaro Miura, he died, but his disciples and his friends that he told the story to are finishing his work for him.
Wow, good for them.
So, and the Hunter x Hunter mangaka is coming back. So, Takehiko Inoue, the guy who wrote and drew Vagabond, he's like, I might come back soon. And when I heard that, I lost my shit.
Oh my god!
Because it ended right before stuff was about to pop off. They established the whole crux of Miyamoto Musashi's journey. He was an undefeated swordsman in feudal Japan. He fought 40 duels to the death and never lost. And the last one, I think it was 40, some high number. The last one was against a sword master of the Nodachi, which is essentially a Japanese greatsword. Take a katana, make it about as long as this table.
Holy shit.
Or, maybe a little longer. And that guy's a master of that sword. And His name was Sasaki Kojiro. And now what Takehiko Inoue does in this manga, he shows you the perspective of both warriors. The main character is Musashi, but like once he's just getting to a certain point of the journey, it transfers over to Kojiro.
So the main story eventually leads to this fight.
Yes, everything is culminating.
Is that fight is that the final fight?
Yeah. Oh, there's a little bit of stuff that happens after, because like he wrote in real life, he wrote books that I've read, like the Book of the Five Rings is one of the most, like, you want wisdom, that's where you look at.
Wow.
You know, like the big, like if you're a martial artist or really just anybody, you can read that, because like the biggest thing, like, you know, from one things, you know, 10,000 things, and the whole deal is like he's trying to put it in perspective of the way.
Yeah.
And the way is subjective to whoever's reading it, but he's talking about the style of swordsmanship. And the biggest thing about that is like once you begin to know the way broadly, you will see it in all things. So if you understand swordsmanship, like to a certain point of view, you can start to see everything within that lens. Like to the point where, like, say you're a musician, like you practice that, you hear a sound, you think of it musically. You know, I'm a martial artist. I see movement, I see spacing, and I think of fighting. It's called a martial art for a reason, and I see it very much as an art, because it's like I have, you know, it's just so primal and pure, because you can't hide anything. Like any emotion you're feeling from a fight, you cannot hide it. I've done it for 10 years. When my sparring partners have been angry, it shows in their judo. They're stiff, but they're aggressive. Or if they're sick, or if they're sad, you feel it. You know, my sensei watched my judo when I was like feeling down, and he come here and asked me what was going on. He could see that from how I was fighting. You can't hide anything from that.
Wow.
It's just so pure.
Did you watch the fights this past weekend?
Yes, I did.
Jon Jones?
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on Jon Jones?
People have been talking about him like he's the GOAT. It's the conversation between him and Khabib. Khabib takes GOAT status for me every time. Because for the one reason is, like, you look at him and he's a true warrior. You know, say what you will about Andrew Tate, but he was right talking about Khabib versus Conor. He knew who he was going to win that fight, because, like, Conor's balling out, he's having, you know, flexing proper 12 or whatever. Khabib, train, Allah, sleep, you know, fight, sleep, Allah, religion and fighting.
He was the hungry one, and Conor was a little relaxed.
Yeah.
And then Conor, I think, talked about that after one of his fights he lost. And it's kind of true. When you're a fighter, an amateur fighter, and you're trying to make it to the top, all those guys are hungry. They want it. And you can see the kill in their eye. But once you eventually get that $100 million deal, you're like, I don't need to work out today. I can do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or I don't need to go as hard right now. I could do a little later. Like, I'm not saying they think like that.
Yeah.
But it's hard to be as hungry when you finally achieved what everyone wants.
Yeah, once you get that belt. But here's the thing about Khabib, though. Like, he never took time off, you know. He never stopped training. Jon Jones, like, he's good. He's really good. But, like, in and out of jail, doing drugs, you know, it's like Muhammad Ali is the GOAT not only because of how he performed in the ring, it's what he did for his people out of the ring.
Yeah.
Khabib opened the door for the Dagestani revolution in modern MMA. Like, you get all these guys from wrestling. They come out of this country in Russia, that the Muslim country in Russia, or, you know, something like that. But and, like, he brings eyes to his people. You know, he opens the door. He's training them now. You got Islam Makhachev right now,
he's a dog.
Yeah, and a great Volkanovski fight too. But, like, he's the GOAT. He's undefeated, 29-0. he chose to step away because his father died and he didn't want to fight anymore without him watching.
Yeah.
That is a warrior. That is a man of honor and religion. That is the GOAT for me.
I'm sure many UFC fans, if they're watching, they probably respect that take.
Yeah. And, like, sure, John Jones is great. Great striker. He just tapped out Cyril Gane last Saturday.
Yeah.
You know, but, like, got suspended for allegedly doing steroids. I think they wiped that. But, like, and now, like, he was doing drugs when he fought DC.
Some people use that as a green flag from them. They're saying, dude, that's the exact point. The dude was on drugs and he still kicked his ass. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, but it's not honorable.
I'm not. Yeah, I hear you though. I'm not a John Jones fan.
Yeah.
I'm a DC fan. So those, oh my God, those press conferences, I felt like I was in DC's corner. I was like, John Jones is on sight when I see you. Every time I play the UFC video games, I'm using Cormier. And if you're using John Jones, I'm giving you smoke. Mm-hmm. But dude, yeah, he just has like one of those cheat code bodies. It's because his brother's in the NFL. He's literally a star pass rusher. And if you think John Jones isn't learning a thing or two from Chandler, or if you think Chandler isn't learning a thing or two from John, when it comes to risk control and attack and the getting to certain points of the body, certain leverages, like come on, that's such a cheat code family right there. But real quick, I want to go back to I appreciate your time, by the way, but I want to make sure I don't milk enough of time because I'll make sure you got to get to where you got to get to in time. But back to anime real quick because I want to ask you because maybe you can persuade me. So, do you read manga as a show is going on? So, are you past Demon Slayer right now with the manga?
I don't read manga as much as like there. If it's a strict manga, I'll read that more often. Like as far as Chainsaw Man goes, I started reading that before, and like I know what happens up to a certain point, but I haven't kept reading it.
Yeah.
But, like I'd recommend it if you're really into it. Like, you know, like if you're watching One Piece, you gotta do it. I haven't broken that mold yet, but I know like mostly what's going on from just YouTube. And stuff.
So I'm caught up on One Piece with the show. But I don't read the manga.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going to happen. But I like that. I like waiting in the suspense. I enjoy that. I feel with manga, you're eliminating that factor. Well, obviously, you're going to get the joy from reading it. And obviously, it's still going to be cool when you watch it, but you know what's going to happen.
Well, here's
that's where I'm coming from.
Well, here's how I'll put it to you. You watched how godlike the animation was in the fights for Demon Slayer Season 2.
Insane.
You're never going to get that on the page. Even if you know what's going to happen, that doesn't take the juice out of losing your fucking mind watching that fight. So, like, that's how I pitch it. Because it's like...
It makes sense, but you still know what's going to happen.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
But then again, this is coming I don't care about spoilers.
Yeah,
so.
Right. Oh, I got you. Yeah,
I'll still enjoy the...
Yeah.
You know.
This is good because it's kind of like... Oh, instead of waiting until Christmas, let me just open my presents December 1st type thing. That's how I see it.
Yeah. Well, I had Endgame spoiled for me. Like, what happened to Tony. And I still cried.
Yeah, I did too. I didn't... I always said I was a Marvel fan, but I just hated... I was very against the grain in high school. If everyone liked something, fuck y'all. I'm not with it. So I didn't watch Infinity War and Endgame in theaters, and then I knew what happened, but man, when I went on my Marvel binge and I saw it here on this TV, man, I was just sitting here like, oh my God, what is going on?
Yeah, and like, Phase 4 is a little light, not that good.
Right.
They had my star of the show for me was Moon Knight.
Moon Knight was fire.
Yeah, and plus like I know that character like the back of my hand.
Moon Knight?
Yeah.
Really? Why? Because you also read the comics?
Dude, I got a crate of comics in my room. A literal crate.
Do you still collect comics?
Yeah, it's expensive, but I do here and there.
I need to start doing that. Give my kids something to read instead of freaking... I'm not letting my kid play with the iPad when they're growing up.
Yeah,
you see comics.
Yeah, we've talked about this. Like, I'm waiting for the Great Reset. Like, where...
You think there's going to be one?
If the guys in our generation are like, I'm not raising no fucking tablet kid, we're gonna get the full circle.
I mean, I feel most of the people I've talked to have been saying that.
Yeah.
Doesn't it seem like that?
Because we all see it firsthand. We're like, what the fuck are you doing raising your kid like this? Like,
yeah.
I was told to go outside. Like I had my PS1 that I would play Spyro on.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Spyro, what a shout.
We'll get back to that because I have the video game lineup. But it was like my grandfather would take us out hiking in the back of our woods, and then we'd come in and have like a sandwich. And like when you're outside all day, like hiking and enjoying the outdoors, food tastes so much sweeter when you go back indoors. Like your legs are tired. Like that's the whole deal. It's like, what is it about mowing a lawn and doing like landscaping work that makes fucking orange juice and a PB&J taste like, you know, it was made from Gordon fucking Ramsay.
Right.
You know, it's just like that dichotomy is like, it's the same thing. It's just kind of a much simpler form of like, life is beautiful because it's not forever. You know, it's like, it's the biggest thing about the reward systems in the brain, where it's like if you work for it, it's gonna taste that much better.
Dude, that was so well said. Yeah, I felt that I had a pretty good childhood. Yeah. I like how I was raised, and I kind of want to apply some of those same things to my kids. But yeah, I'm not gonna let them be spoiled. I'm definitely gonna tell them to go outside.
Yeah.
You come home from school, take off your backpack. Let's go shoot some hoops.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not going to take off your backpack, go sit down and watch TV. You can do that at night before you go to bed, sure.
Yeah.
But, yeah, let's hear this video game lineup that you hinted at.
So, in the summers, when I was a youngin', we had the PS1. Spyro, like we had the case of discs.
Oh, hell yeah.
The zipper.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep.
But one year, like I forget how old we were, went to Virginia to spend a weekend with family friends. We came back with an SNES and the full lineup. We're talking MK4, Super Mario World, like F-Zero, the old stuff, the full lineup.
Right.
Donkey Kong Country,
oh my
the OG.
God, great game.
Like, and the most tragic part is, my mom gave it to our neighbor, like, when we were in middle school. I was like, why?
Right.
The full library.
Dude.
But we had the PlayStation games though. But like you got rid of the gold. You don't understand the feeling of blowing into a cartridge and listening to that shit light up, like,
yeah, I still remember when playing GameCube and it didn't read the disc, or PlayStation 2, and put it back in, and then it would read it.
You take your fucking shirt.
Oh my God, those were the days.
Yes.
Take me back. But man, it escapes me what I was gonna say. It had something to do with this too. I'm sure it escapes me right now, but I'm sure it'll come back to me. Oh my gosh, what was it? What was it? I can't think of it at the moment. I think I was gonna say something about video games. I don't know. Keep saying something else.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll jog my memory.
Summers, that was the move. We had a trampoline. We still have a pool. So the cousins would come over, pool, dry off on the trampoline, back inside on Donkey Kong Country or Mortal Kombat. That was the rotation.
Dude, that's fire. Do you personally want a family when you're older? Like, is that what you aspire for? Any thoughts of that?
Kinda, yeah. I haven't really entertained the idea too deeply. It's like the right girl comes along. I settle down, but it's really just like the big thing is like the when. I do want to have kids, but it's like
the
when is the big deal, because it's like I don't want to have my kid worrying about if his dad's gonna come home because of the FBI.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't want to. I want to spare them from that worry. But that's it's where I'm at right now.
Well, you know what, Cole? You have been incredible today, and I appreciate your wisdom. This has been awesome. Obviously, I'm going to ask you these 3 things. But before I do, real quick, I've been trying to do this with everybody that comes on, because I feel like not everybody hears this enough.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to say, well, first off, happy early birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So that's awesome. Second, hey, congratulations on making it this far in life.
Yeah.
Not easy, right?
Yeah.
One hell of a journey, man. Isn't that nuts?
Yes, indeed.
But 3 things. Think you're ready to finally answer them? I'm gonna say what they are again.
Yes, indeed.
All right, let's do this. First, show and/or movie recommendation for me and/or for our lovely viewers and listeners at home.
All right. This is a show I've watched 12 times all the way through. Daredevil. Watch Daredevil.
What a shout!
It's so good.
Incredible.
It's outstanding.
And they're revamping it, right?
I know. I'm like,
And Bernthal's coming back as the Punisher. It's confirmed. Confirmed.
Yes.
Just found out the other day.
Frankie Boy is coming back.
Incredible.
But yeah, and movie Reservoir Dogs.
That's on my list. I haven't seen it yet.
It's on Netflix.
They put it on Netflix?
I rewatched it the other day. Yeah, it's on Netflix.
You serious?
Heat.
The Tarantino film, right?
Classic. Yeah.
Do you
the OG, I think.
Do you think that's his best film?
It's his first film.
Was it?
That's his that's his first big name one. Reservoir Dogs.
My favorite movie ever is Pulp Fiction, so I'm a big Tarantino fan.
Pulp Fiction's Heat too.
Yeah, that good shouts.
Yes,
appreciate that. Album of recommendation and/or of choice to just give a shout to.
Album? Actually, let me look this up. I forget which one it is, but
yeah,
this is one of my favorites. I just forget. It's a Led Zeppelin album.
Ooh.
But it's they have 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
But
is it the one with the blimp on it? Right? Isn't there one with the blimp on it? Or am I tripping?
Don't know. It might be Led Zeppelin 2. We'll get there, people.
Yeah, we're just chilling out, man. Just in the moment. Nothing too stressful these days, man.
Yep.
Let's see what we got.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's got to be Led Zeppelin 2 for a full album.
Is that the one with the blimp?
No,
is there one with the blimp?
I think that's Led Zeppelin 1.
Okay.
Yeah, this is where it's like
what songs are on too?
Whole Lot of Love.
Whole Lot of Love.
Heartbreaker, Ramble On.
Gotcha.
Bring It On Home is a good one.
Great recommendation.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
A big song, I'm gonna say artist recommendation because
hell yeah,
this is hearkening back to the old days that not a lot of people in our generation know of. Go listen to yourself some Dio.
Who?
Dio.
Dio?
Yes.
D-I-O?
D-I-O.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. That's...
Yeah?
Yeah.
What genre is that?
He's practically the father of metal.
Really?
Yeah. He invented this.
Oh, did he?
Yes. Ronnie James Dio.
Wow.
And he was a big thing. After... He's been in everything, but he had... His music, Rainbow in the Dark's a good one. That's a nice introductory one.
Yeah.
Holy Diver are 2 good songs. And then we got... when Ozzy got kicked off of Black Sabbath for being a raging drug addict...
Wow.
He subbed in.
Good shout.
Yeah.
I'm gonna definitely look into that after.
You
For
will
sure.
not be disappointed.
I'll let you know.
Yeah.
And last but not least, some words of advice and/or wisdom. And you've dropped a lot of keys on this one.
Mm-hmm.
But just some words of it could be to your future self. It can be to whoever's listening. It could be to me or whoever you want to share it to.
A big thing, when I was on the great and powerful Jason Scalore's show, he asked his question of there's one word you could have on your tombstone, like no name, just for other people to see. I said it should be mastery. And what I said then, I'll say now. Excellence is nothing but pure habit, so make your habits excellent.
Elaborate a little bit more on that.
Like, if you, practice is the key to being the best.
Yeah.
So practice the best habits.
Perfect.
Yep.
Cole, this was awesome.
Yes, indeed.
I would love to have you on again, man.
I'm all in again, too.
This was definitely one for the ages. I always love it when I could have someone on that could just talk effortlessly into a mic.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so nice. Because not everyone can do it and not everyone does it.
Yeah.
But it's always nice when someone's just comfortable and doesn't mind just sharing their piece. So
yep.
This is great, man. We gotta obviously take care of a few things before we get you out of here, but
yes, indeed.
With that said, everybody has a story and it's still being written. I appreciate all of you. I hope you're all striving and doing your thing at home or wherever you get your podcast. And please be sure to follow, like, hit the subscribe button, all that good stuff. And with that said, my heart is with you all. Ciao for now, people.
Yes, indeed.
Peace.